Goodfellas Sports TV, we up in this thing doing what we do. Last video tonight, probably be the longest video I ever do outside of live streams right here. And talk about the double standards and hypocrisy when it comes to AJ, Anthony Joshua, unified heavyweight champion of the world, WBO, WBA, Super WBA, and IBF champion. We talk about welterweight IBF champion and Errol Spence. Now, everybody harped and got on AJ for many times, including myself, for not fighting the best competition available. Okay. AJ, after the Charles Martin fight, I think he made reference to fighting Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. And Wilder said he was going to let him slide, right? Okay. And that's what it was. And then now, he's not trying to fight Wilder. The $50 million. That's a lot of people's sticking point right there. $50 million with an $80 million upside on the back end. That's what a lot of people are harping on about AJ, about him not taking that money. But if you look at Errol Spence told Terrence Crawford, get a belt and we can fight. Okay. All of a sudden now, it's a feeling on his team that they don't need Terrence Crawford, and it's just business as far as boxing Bob Arum out. But for so long, a lot of the boxing fans have gotten on Bob Arum for making only in-house fights. Now, I had a debate. It wasn't even a debate. We was talking, one of my homies that talk boxing, and he said, ain't that calling the kettle black? That now PBC only wants to do in-house fights. They don't want to work with Bob Arum right now. And it's business, though, but the difference is PBC has a bigger roster of fighters to do in-house fights with. If it's not for Crawford or Errol Spence, what's the next best fight? Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, however you want to list them. Those are the next best fights. All those fighters on PBC. For Terrence Crawford, it's nobody. Then you have to remember as well, Bob Arum and Al Heyman, they was in court together. Bob tried to sue him, or did sue him. Oscar De La Hoya attempted to sue him. So now you asking for him to be the bigger man and play nice with Bob Arum. After all these years of getting sued and getting hatred, and not getting credit for bringing boxing back to free TV, and Bob giving boxing credit to Fox. So have to lay out all of the facts. That is true. It is business, and why should he want to work for that? But nobody really cares about the business part of boxing. We shouldn't care. We should just be able to demand something, support something, and get it how we want it. You know what I'm saying? Or when we want it. But Errol Spence did call out Terrence Crawford, say he come to 147, get a belt. I would like to fight him. Okay, that is true. He called him out. Just as AJ called out Deontay Wilder when he didn't have to, and Wilder say, well, I wasn't even looking at him. I was going to let him build himself up a little bit, get experience, but if he wanted, he wanted. Now, now Deontay Wilder he got momentum from that, and he rolling down on AJ. He rolling down on him. And now he wants to fight, pressing for the fight. Now it's Terrence Crawford pressing Errol Spence for the fight. Pressing. Well, his team is pressing. Since he's not verbally saying anything, he's not pressing. But his team wants all the smoke. Not just some of the smoke. They want all the smoke. They want to make that fight happen now. Because it's in their best interest. They don't have anybody else to fight. But they want to make it happen now. And now, just as Deontay Wilder's team is pressing AJ, Terrence Crawford's team is pressing Errol Spence. But also, with AJ opening his mouth and opening the door for Wilder, Errol Spence opened his mouth, and see how I'm making the parallels here? Errol Spence opened his mouth, okay? And he called out Bob Arum. Oh, Bob Arum a good promoter, but he all smoke and mirrors. They not going to give Terrence Crawford to me right now. He opened the door for this, as well as AJ opened the door for Wilder. He spoke Wilder into existence. Errol Spence spoke this shit into existence. Knowing he was going to fight Mikey or Collazo next, which it turned out to be Mikey, he opened his mouth. He went right there in front of Dan Rayfield, right there in front of a ESPN affiliate, Lou DiBella, which he affiliated of everybody, former HBO executive. If you didn't know, now you know. He went right in front of there and he spoke it into existence. So now both spoke something into existence that didn't need to be spoken to existence because they don't want it. So now you get back to square two. Now we're going back to two. Now AJ team don't feel that he's confident in beating Deontay Wilder. He needs more time to be ready. He needs to hone his skills. He needs to develop. Just as what Deontay Wilder said in the beginning, like, oh, I was going to let him slide. Just going to let him develop, get sharp. And then we was going to have a showdown down the line when he was ready. Same thing for Errol Spence. His team does not feel that he is ready. They don't. They don't feel that he's ready to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. They don't feel like they're not confident in beating Terrence Crawford. And it's just not, this is known information amongst a lot of people that I talk to. If you ask a lot of professional fighters know this. A lot of people know this. And I guess I'm late. I'm on a late freight. I'm on a late train. And I'm pretty sure for the guys that live in Texas, that really, that's entrenched in the boxing grind in Texas, that really got connection to people in the situation, a lot of these dudes know this. A lot of these dudes must know this. I know I'm on a late freight. And it's other people that came to me with this. Like I didn't know they knew. And they like, oh damn, you knew? I'm like, yeah, I knew. They don't feel like Errol Spence can beat Terrence Crawford right now. But you got people that's gonna run into the ground. You got people that feel that they don't want to be wrong. They hate to admit they're wrong. They hate to swallow their pride. They're gonna run it into the ground. And that's my biggest problem. Because a lot of people run around here, and I say myself, I was supporting Errol, getting behind Wilder, Charlos guys, a lot of guys. But for you to have the mantra of getting Free Smoke Jr., saying that you want all the smoke, and it's not true, and behind closed doors, it ain't Al Heyman. I can tell you that. But it's people around him, very close to him, that work close to him, close enough to him, that they're preventing this fight from happening. They don't believe that he's ready. Same thing with Rob McCracken, Eddie Hearn, and AJ team. They don't feel that he's ready for Deontay Wilder right now. But you would talk to people, and people would say, well, this dude looks better as a fighter. Wilder is sloppy and this and that. But they don't feel that he's ready. Especially the speed part of it, not just the power. They don't feel that he's ready. But we'll jump down AJ's throat and say, well, put the $50 million aside. I know that's hard to put aside. But we'll jump down AJ's throat and say, AJ, you want to be the best. You want to be undisputed. You say you want all the belts. Well, go fight Wilder. But then you turn the other side. You go to the tail side of the coin. Flip a quarter. And Errol Spence said he want undisputed. He want all the belts. But, he don't want to get Terrence Crawford to get the WBO belt, which would be the toughest belt to get. All of a sudden, it's business. It's no difference. It's no difference on either side of the pendulum. No difference. So a lot of people are playing both, are being hypocrites, and knowingly or unknowingly, which I think a lot of people, the spearhead of this train is, they know this. They know this. This is factual things, and this is what that burns me and why I'm so irate. Because you get behind people, instead of guys hitting people up, saying, "Look here, man, this was going on. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, yeah, I know it's like that, bro. But it is. Instead of people doing that, you know what I'm saying? You got guys knowingly. They knowingly know, if that make any sense, that Errol Smith's team don't want to fight. And we knowingly know Anthony John, that's public information too. Way more public information than what the Spence thing is. But they knowingly know that we knowingly know that AJ team don't want to fight, right? But what's the difference? And they had to throw the $50 million in there. Oh, he turned down the biggest price. Hey, it don't matter. Because they both liars, they both hypocrites. So how can you get mad at AJ and not get mad at Errol Spence and still support Errol Spence, but tell them AJ fans in the UK that you don't support AJ, he a coward. Well, you supporting a coward too. You supporting a coward too. Because it's the same situation. Because that Terrence Crawford will be the biggest payday for him. Right? It ain't $50 million, but it might be some $5 to $10 million. What Errol Spence getting 3? So let's say you get 10 for the fight. So that's a little bit more than tripling his money. Let's say AJ getting 20 million to fight. 50 million, that's almost 80 million, 60 million, whatever you want to say. It's a little bit more than tripling his money. Perhaps he quintupled his money. So the money situation is damn near the same thing. When you just look at the percentages and not look at the amount. So at the end of the day, let's keep it a buck. What's the difference between the two? It's hypocrisy. One is an American Texas favorite, and one is from the UK. So if you get mad at AJ, you got to get mad at Deontay Wilder, right? Because it's no difference other than the $50 million. But if we break that money into percentages, it's damn near close. If you talk about they both want to be undisputed, and that was their mantra, right? That's what they was living. I want all the belts. Strap season. Anthony Joshua said, I want a massive fight with Deontay Wilder. I want all the belts. Right? That's what they saying. They both saying the same thing. But both actions are saying something totally different. So what makes you different from the UK people? The boxing beats and rhymes, the Hatmans, all those fans and media channels over there, they go for Eddie Hearn and getting behind AJ. I mean, it's propaganda on both sides. It's propaganda. Because only elephant in the room is the 50 million. That's it. That's the only elephant. Because both teams, deep down inside, don't believe both men can win right now. Obviously, the word on the street is Errol Spence team wants to age Crawford out. And guess what another parallel is? AJ team wants to age Deontay Wilder out. When they want to use, debunk this and that, why just debunk that right now? It's no difference between the two. It's no difference. They both don't want to fight the best available fighter right now. They both happy what they bring at home. AJ got a network deal with Sky, an American side with the Zone now. Errol Spence is soon to probably sign a Showtime network deal or something like that. So, come on. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. That is what irrates people. And that's, people hit me up behind the scenes and we rap for a minute. Hey, man, I feel the same way you do. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's no difference. It's no difference. You could take it a step further to what Triple G did. We blast Triple G and say this and that, but it's no different. He used his mantra, I want all the belts. I go up and down and wait for the best fights. But when it came time to pull the trigger, did he pull the trigger? No, he didn't want all the belts. He wanted money versus Canelo. Errol Spence didn't say he wanted Terrence Crawford. He said, that fight can happen. That fight can happen after, after I fight Sean Porter and they strip Keith Thurman and this and that. They both talk crazy in the media too. They both talk crazy. Both of their fan bases and media bases believe what they say. AJ say, the 50 million wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? Then Errol get on there and say, well, Bob Arum know who to contact. They say, he said, I don't know, man. They said they don't know who to contact. Well, you know who to contact. I mean, I can't contact anybody, okay, if I'm Bob Arum. And I'm not taking Bob Arum's side. But I can't contact somebody that don't want to be contacted. You see Tim Smith? The vice president of Heyman Boxing, or whatever they call it, he said they don't want the fight. We got so many great fights to make over here, and this and that. And you can see it as how I said in the beginning of the video. Okay? You can see it as this. You can see it as, well, Bob and and Oscar tried to sue me. Eddie Hearn, he mad at Al Heyman, so they all hating on us. So we gonna just do our own individual Showtime Fox thing. We got all these dates, now our fighters can be active, and now they can fight each other. Woo, 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 woo. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because PBC has opened their doors to Lomachenko. They opened their doors to Kell Brook. Both of them came and got a belt. They gave their fighters to Triple G and Dominic Wade. They gave their fighters and Felix Diaz, John Molina to Top Rank HBO for Terrence Crawford. We then tried to play with other guys and be nice. They still tried to bite the hand that feed them. Now we not playing nice. You could look at it that way, but if you know what I know, it's not that. PBC is still open. If Errol Spence went to Al Heyman and said, I want the Crawford fight, he go make that fight because Fox and ESPN is under the Walt Disney banner. But guess what? It's the same thing behind the scenes. Okay? Its only real difference is that AJ team was blunt and truthful about it. Barry Hearn was fishing, fake fishing, whatever you want to call it, acting like he was fishing. He said straight up, I said, you know what? Woo, 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 woo. Bam. He was honest about it. But Errol Spence team is not being honest about it. They still trying to live up to that free smoke mantra, and they're lying about it. They can't come out and say, oh, we don't feel that he's ready for Terrence Crawford yet. They can't do that. Because what they've done is, his whole moniker is built on that Mike Tyson as fear, that Paul Williams as fear. Same thing Triple G was trying to be built on. But it came out that Triple G was lowballing people, and that's why people didn't want to fight Triple G. Now it's coming out that Errol Spence, his team don't believe he could beat Terrence Crawford. So Barry Hearn is basically saying, yeah, we can't beat him yet. We gonna just wait it out. Which Errol Spence team is trying to play the fans and just straight up lie to him and say, you know what, man, we gonna fight Mikey, and then we gonna do all this stuff, and then then we might fight Terrence Crawford. And our fans is torn apart. I got caught up just knowing Bob Arum's track record. He's a liar. But it turns out that all the stuff that Bomac is popping off about, Bomac truly believes that he has the best fighter in the world. Bob Arum truly believes Lomachenko can beat Mikey Garcia. Bob Arum truly believes Terrence Crawford can beat all them dudes over at PBC and some, okay? He truly believes that. Errol Spence team don't believe he can beat Terrence Crawford. I'm going to say that again. They don't believe he can beat him. I'm not going to say any specific names about the situation. There's interviews out there with a specific member of that team who refuses to acknowledge Terrence Crawford. The reason Bomac is keeping his foot on their throat because he knows the truth as well, too. They want to age Terrence out, and that's just the fact of the matter is. But like I say, there's a lot of parallels in this, man. There's a lot of parallels between AJ and Errol Spence. And anybody that tell you different, they only trying to rationalize they fandom for Errol Spence. And they'll scream in the microphone, they'll scream in the comment section, they'll scream on social media, how can you be a fan of AJ? You UK or you American buffoon boys, how can you be a fan of AJ? He turned down $50 million. He don't want to fight the best. He said he want all the belts. He really don't want all the belts. Same thing with Errol Spence, other than $50 million. It's the biggest payday he gonna make versus Terrence Crawford, right? He said he want all the belts, so why not get the toughest belt to get the WBO right now, right? You know what I'm saying? Difference is that his team is trying to lie. He's lying behind the scenes, saying that, he want to smoke. He told Bud to go get a belt. Bud got the belt, make the fight happen. But guess what? They fear that. And a lot of people know this behind the scenes. A lot of people. I thought I was one of the few, the proud, the Marines. It's like, no, I thought I was a few people. But a lot of people know this. Everybody knows this. And including Floyd Mayweather. He knows this. He knows this. But at the end of the day, like I say, man, you got to watch, how deep you get pulled in this. Because the very thing you are going against, the very thing that you swear you are not, is the very same thing people in this box community is becoming. And had to catch myself. You know what I'm saying? Had to catch myself. I can't get on this freight train knowing what I know and lie to subs and a lot of people. And if some subs gonna fall off and take somebody else's side, so be it. So be it. But when I know the truth, I just gotta keep it real. And like I said, when you keep it 100, keep it real, you know, you're gonna have people that don't know what you know. You know, they don't feel what you feel. They don't trust you. You know, they gonna go trust the other side, and there's no problem with that. But the fact of the matter remain is, the only real difference between AJ and Errol Spence is the $50 million. That's the only difference. Is the $50 million. You know, and the AJ team is honest, you know, about his intentions. Errol Spence is all smoke and mirrors. That's funny. He called Bob all smoke and mirrors, but his team is all smoke and mirrors. But I know this gonna hurt some people's feelings, so I did this video and I tried to make it as thorough as possible. But like I say, man, they don't believe in nobody, and people gonna go in the morning. They gonna check out the video, fire up their computers, and fire up their microphone, breathe on it so it can breathe out dragon fire, and call me a liar. Say that I switched sides. Say that I'm flawed, I'm a fraud, I'm this and I'm that. But, like I say, I've never tried to steer you guys wrong before. And everybody know I'm a stand-up dude. And I'm man enough to pull a 180. And when I heard this news, it did irate me. And I know the very same people is just saying that, you know, shut y'all, forget it, man. You know, he gonna do this and do that. And nah. Because if I blasted AJ, why can't I'm supposed to blast Errol too? It ain't because he black. AJ black. He might be black, UK, Nigeria, whatever he is. But I can't do it. My channel is me trying to be not as non-biased as possible. And you know, bias is always gonna be there. But just call it how I see it. And I think when this is all said and done with, I think a lot more people, even if it's fewer people, but I think a lot more people is going to respect me for this. Okay? They're going to respect me for this. And it may even be some people that be like, oh, you know what? I was wrong. My bad, bro. You know, I thought you was woo, 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 woo. And if it come to that, like I said, if I lose a whole bunch of subs, cry 2 tears in the bucket. But the truth ain't easy, man. The truth ain't easy. And if I blasted, I don't know. If I blasted Linares and I blasted AJ and all these other fighters so many times, nobody's above the law. None of these dudes is above the law. And, you know, it was pathetic when I heard this. When I heard it, I'm like, man, Errol ain't ducking no smoke, man. Then when I read it, I said, man, that's some bullshit. Then when I heard him say something, I said, okay, it's starting to add up. Then when I heard what I heard, I said, damn, this shit for real. Then when somebody else doubled back and confirmed it, I said, damn. Then when they triple confirmed it, I say, and this ain't a secret though. This ain't a secret. It's motherfuckers from everywhere that I talk to that know this. That know that Errol Spence is don't want to fight this man. So it ain't free smoke no more. It's some smoke. PBC smoke. But yeah, it's your boy Goodfella Sports TV. And y'all know what the business is, man. And like I said, man, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That's all I can do. You know, and yeah, it kinda hurt when I heard this, bro. And it kinda hurt that other people knew, but they faking and they just dragging y'all along for the ride, man. But email me, Facebook, a like page in the description, a group in the description as well too. Hit me up on all platforms, DM me, email me. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Mr. White for donating again, and everybody else like Gary Benson, Ty Foster. Donation link in the description. One time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is. We go. Oh yeah, my bad. I mean, Let me continue on as well too, man. I will probably be starting another live show thing in the near future. I will keep you guys posted. Might bring a special live boxing show, but I'm setting up some other things right now where we're gonna consistently go live at one point in time, one time a day again. So y'all be on the lookout for that as well too. And podcast, I'm gonna start that back up, doing some exclusive heat as well. So I want you guys to know that the live show will be coming back in some type of shape or fashion. It's not going to be a boxing show, so per se.